We have to go through certain aspects of things, but never, that's just the way that we are. Okay, all righty. I'm going to take this time as well to welcome in all our listeners. Our system is kind of working right at the time, so we had to kind of proceed on, but we want to take this time to welcome in all our listeners. Those that's in Canada, and the Philippines, and the Sierra Leone, and all in the United States, or where you may be picking us up on the internet. Into our house, where our motto is, come one, come all, let us build our future upon the foundation of peace and love. Shalom, Ve'ahava. And upon these two principles, when we as a people, a nation, or mankind, or humanity, or whatever way you want to say it, as a sum total, when we learn how to do that, then are we ready for Yah's kingdom. Now, when I say we're ready for Yah's kingdom, I'm talking about we're ready for Yah's kingdom to be favorable towards us. Because whether you're ready for it or not, it's not going to stop it. Amen. See, I don't want you thinking that God hold it up until mankind get that. No, you ain't going to wait around for it. But if you want it to be a favorable kingdom towards you, you better get your act together. Yeah. But I ain't gonna do that because them boy who did this and all that thing. You better forget all about all that stuff and everything there, and look forward to what's gonna be best for you. And that's what I've done. Also want to take this time to shout out a special prayer and of comfort for Hebrew Israelite group that's in Mississippi, for the passing of their leader, Rabbi Baba Divine, and so we just trusted God would give comfort in those things there, that they might go forward and remain strong in the things that are of righteousness and teaching truth. Amen. All righty. We already had, as I said, we got started on this here, so we're going to ask you to go to Psalms 68:4, and part of our understanding and part of our getting together on knowledge and understanding is us seeing eye to eye on things. Amen. See? But Satan, he had the advantage of us. See? And he knows that he can get you off on certain things and get you off on that there, and he can get you off on this here, then he can get you all messed around. And even we find that in calling the name of the Father. So many folks, we got so many different ones that call it this, and groups call it that, and those things there. And don't think that those names and stuff don't hinder and don't isolate you away, because it does. And I've been around many groups and everything. When you say this and all those things there, and this is one of the things that we came up with, and we decided to go forth, and we started out on doing those things there. And as I told you, I was deeply concerned about those things there, and because I saw the dissension between the Israelite groups and everything there. And so it's kind of funny how you beat it all along, and you don't even know it until crisis come up about it. But we go to Psalm 68:4. Some of us have saw those things there, and we get concerned about it. One of the groups I can remember, was Rabbi Divine's group in Mississippi, and we had got together and we'd come together. We had some other groups that was coming together there, and we was kind of concerned about that. And it's kind of funny how all it worked out, and we started calling a certain thing there when we met, and It was in favor of what the scripture says. Psalm 68, 4 says, sing to God, sing praises to his name, extol him who rides on the clouds by his name, Yah. What we have upon our banner of truth here. Yah, Y-H, that's his name. It fit in good with everything because some of the King James versions kind of had it wrong there and everything there because they had a J there, Jah, and but they take that out even. And so here, and so we had started together, and when we started going together and getting around, we call the fact of praise the mighty Yah. Amen. Praise the mighty Yah. Praise the mighty Yah. And that began to catch on. Amen. But before that time, it wasn't. It was. We still got certain groups now they call them certain names and all that. Kid, that's what But praise the mighty Yah. His name Yah, and that's what he says right here. Amen. He says, extol him who rides on the clouds by his name. What? Yah. Yah. And be glad in his presence. And so when we got that and we started doing those things there, and when we could all agree, and then the groups and all, and they could all, hey, there was a difference in the groups, because now we can all kind of agree to a name, and those things there, and go forward. So the Father's name is Yah. See? Even helped on some of the initial, still has some controversy about those things there, but nevertheless, the Father's name, he's the one that chose that. And he know what the enemy going to do. And so he know how to safeguard. And, people take clever things and they go forth and they do those things there. And it's funny how the language changed. So now we're all speaking the same language. Even going back to paleo. And all of it. But we can't get together on those 4 letters. They all said different. I've repeated them many times here. I'm not going to do that today. But nevertheless, Yah. They can't contradict that. Yes.
They did that because they came from the tetragrammaton. Tetragrammaton is U-A-Y.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's the 4 letters. That's right. What I'm talking about.
And they didn't know how to put it in place, so they just made it.
Well, that's the same way today. Mm-hmm. They can't get together on it.
Right.
And I ain't saying something. I'm just saying, just listen to them. I've named up so many different names,
Yeah.
I didn't start that. They the one that teach that.
Yeah.
And they all got a reason for sin, just from the 4 letters. And they derive all that from it. And that's why I tell them, I ain't no expert. See? I know just enough to get in trouble, so I can't argue with them, but I know what he gave me. And if they want to contest that, then we can go on there. But so far, I haven't ran anyone that, except one group.
You found one group that disagree with that?
Yeah.
Wow.
That was a group down at the Lucille Library.
Oh, yeah.
But nevertheless, we see here that who is this God? Go to the 8th verse and it tells us, the earthquake and rain poured from the sky at the presence of God. Even Sinai shook at the presence of God. The God of Israel. And I tell them all this. If your God is not the God of Israel, I don't care what you call it, you are serving and worshiping a false and idol God. And you're going to perish with your God. Because our God is going to be determined to get rid of all these other gods.
Amen.
Just as he did in the land of Egypt.
Amen.
When he brought us out.
Amen.
And ain't that something? Show you how stupid his children is. God got rid of them down there, and then they come along here and struck up one their own self. Whew. Just because you're an Israelite don't mean that you're right.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. I did that. So what? For the one thing that you show me, I can show you many things where they did wrong. You say, well, hold on. That's why we got kicked out the land, dear folks. That's why.
Amen.
That's right.
Amen.
Yeah, they did a lot of things.
Amen.
It wasn't right. And there were some that did some things that were right. That's why we have to go by the command of Yah, not the command of men. See, that conclude they know better than God. See, when we start thinking that we know better than God, that's where we get wrong.
Amen. Amen.
God said, let us make men in our own image. And he said nothing about making man God. You notice that? So what does Satan come along? I'm going to do that. You do this here, you're going to beat it. You're going to become a God. You know, oh man, you're going to be. Slight difference in the. And then it turns right around, the very thing that do make us like God and those things there, humanity as a whole don't even like it, don't want it. And what is that? What is that?
Sabbath.
The Sabbath, exactly. The Sabbath. A lot of these holy roly and all these men and stuff and all these, they got this special relationship with God and got all this stuff and everything there. And the very thing that makes them more like God and everything else, they don't want. And they show they don't want it by not doing it. T.D. Jakes said that the Sabbath is right. But when you go into his theology about the Sabbath, messed up big time. See? He was stunned. I told you, he was stunned his own people. What? They got quiet when he said, I'll keep the Sabbath. Sabbath is right. Boy, they got quiet and everything. He recognized it. I keep Sabbath on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then they all broke out. Oh, yeah. Show the ignorance. It's impossible for you to be able to do that. But they think it's right. They think Jesus is the one that did that for us now. Hey, we can keep the Shabbat every day. Not in them. Therefore, he tells us he's the God of Israel. Now, and that's what I'm saying. Let's go ahead and see if we can always follow after what Israel did. You know, reading about it. Well, I can say what Israel did is so what? We go to Isaiah 43, 10 through 12. If Israel always did that which was right and everything there, do you know that there would be no need for the prophets? Most of what the prophets did and all those things, the reason why why was the prophets so unpopular in Israel? Huh? Yeah, because but what was wrong with the truth? We were supposed to be the people of the truth.
Yes.
That's another word I'm looking for. I thought I heard it then.
Correction.
That's it. That's the word I'm looking for. That's why they wasn't so popular. That's why they were so disliked. Because all the time when they come, they had to reprove them. They had to correct them. And we don't like to be corrected.
Still the same way.
Yeah, we don't like being corrected. See? We get locked in on what we believe and we want and what we think and all those things there. And that's why the prophet have such a hard time, because they come with it and everything. We don't want to do it. Why? Because it's a correction to it. Here in Isaiah 43:10, you are my witnesses, Adonai, and my servants. Now, why would God have to say that if they had already understood that and got that right? I'm telling you that they had it done wrong. You say, well, boy, how would you do it? Have you listened to any Christians too? They're supposed to have that same relationship with God and man of that. Have you heard how they talk? They have the same attitude. God, they ain't God's servant. God is their servant. I claim it. I name it right. You're right. God got to do it. God made an animal unclean. Hey, I pray a change God's doing. I make it clean. Powers and stuff but here he said, you are my witnesses, Adonai, and my servant whom I have chosen, so that you can know and trust me and understand that I am he. I'm the only source. I'm the only one that you should be listening to. I control everything. Everything emanates from him. Why do they call it the Spirit of God?
Because it comes from him.
That's exactly right. It comes from him. Everything comes from him.
Amen.
So nothing is above him.
Amen.
So they said, okay, we're going to come along and we're going to make everything, we're going to make certain things equal with him. See? Unfortunately, the song said, don't put me into that. Had a controversy when I was down in Mississippi about that. But here he says, very clear, no God was produced before me, nor will any be after me.
One and only.
Do our God still exist?
Yes.
Do the God of Israel still exist?
Yes. Yes.
He said there was none before me. He said, and they ain't none coming after me, so he's still around. So that still means what?
He's it. Only one.
I can show you many places where Israel thought it was he had all kinds of different gods and all. It was wrong. Yes, I am Adonai. Besides me, there is no deliverer. I have declared, said, and proclaimed, not some alien God among you. And we know that Israel had alien gods all among them.
Amen.
Got so bad that God said, leave them alone. Sometimes when you get so out of it, God said, just leave them alone.
That's bad. It's going to take judgment to straighten that out.
Yeah.
My judgment must take care of that. That's bad.
Because when we get so bad, God said, no.
Mercy.
Ain't no way around. I'm going to put no mercy there.
That's past mercy. Yes.
It's over with.
That's it. Decision made.
Yeah.
Woo! Glory.
And whenever you get in a situation like that without any mercy, you're in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to understand that.
Ain't too far.
Therefore, you are my witnesses, Adonai. I am God. And if you can't be that there for him, you can't supply that. What he needs you for? Ask yourself that question. What do he need you for? Who would hire a lifeguard that can't swim? Huh?
No one. No one.
I'm gonna hire you to be a lifeguard every day, and you can't swim a lick.
Not needed. Can you?
Yeah. You gonna hire somebody like that? No. Well, I'm a good mechanic. I do it in well, what do you think about the spark plug? Spark plug? What's that? Now you want to tell me what a spark plug is? And
That's all right. Show you where next.
yeah. And you proceed on further with that mechanic there. You at your own. You deserve whatever you get.
That was
Yeah. So here we Isaiah 44:6-8. Thus says Adonai, Israel's king and redeemer, Adonai Zebaoth, I am the first and I am the last. Besides me, there is no God. I was talking to a gentleman, he was just going to make somebody some God. He just going to do it. And I said, hey, look. The prophet come along and straightened us out and said it. There is none. I don't care what you call him. But he was just ensuring that Jesus is God. No? But if that's the case here, then what the prophet come along and said is a lie. He said, besides me, there is no God. Who is like me? Let him speak out. Let him show me clearly what has been happening since I set up the eternal people. Let him foretell future signs and events. Don't be frightened. Don't be afraid. Didn't I tell you this long ago? I foretold it, and you are my witnesses. Is there any God besides me? Israel, is there any God beside our God?
No. I know no God is.
Israel, is there any God beside our God?
No. I know God is.
He said, is there any God besides me? See, there is no other rock. I know of none. And you're gonna get it. Double. Or run around here hollering about you, the children of God and everything, and then hollering about this some other gods. And saying that you're full of his spirit. His spirit abides in you. I'm not saying you ain't full of a spirit. There's a lot of spirits. But God's spirit don't go against God.
Amen.
Therefore, we got to understand those things and get into the light of the truth and follow through on those things here. But then people come along and say, Jesus is it. You, brother, you just don't understand. Your eyes just ain't open enough. One of the guys told me, he said, brother, he just not coming to the truth about the Sabbath. Just now coming to it. And he's going to tell me, I don't understand the deep mysteries. He understands all the deep mysteries, and he just now beginning to count the Sabbath. We're going along pretty good till he I mentioned the Trinity, and he said, "Oh, whoa." I told him, "No, I don't believe in that." Oh, brother, I was kind of looking at you as a, you as somebody I could listen to. But hey, brother, you just got a problem. You don't understand the deep mystery. I said, deep. I said, sure is deep. I said, but it ain't deep mystery of Yah. It's a mystery of Hugh is a liar. See, that's who it is. See? John 5:30. Let the man speak for his own self. In the bread at the shah. I can't do a thing on my own. What kind of God is that? Why do I need a God like that? Can't do a thing on his own. I need a God because I need help.
Yeah, that's right now. That's right. You realize your condition.
I need no help, so what I need a God for?
Right now. Glory.
See?
Have mercy.
I can't do a thing on my own. As I hear, I judge. And my judgment is right because I don't see fire.
Amen.
But the desire of the one who sent me.
Hallelujah.
I was talking to a brother, one, and that's what I told him. Y'all, he's that boy, and he was there. I said, well, tell me that. If he's God, do God have a desire different from his own self?
No.
Do God have a desire different from his own self?
No.
I said, but here, I said, this man that you claiming is God, he said it. I said, you do, I ain't.
I'm saying if you read that and he say he's God, then he needs to be examining his own understanding.
Yep.
There's something wrong with it.
Then he kept on pushing, and I had to give him an example because he just, well, sometimes that's why I give you a good example. I say, if the son was him and all of a sudden, I say, why would he go to the Father? He gonna turn around to his own self and say, self? What kind of sense that going? I said, no, I tell you that that's not it. John 14, 15 and 16. And there it says here, if you love me, you will keep my commands, and I will ask the Father, and he will give you another comforting counselor like me. What was that counselor that he was going to send that's like Mashiach?
Yeshua.
What was that?
Yeshua.
Huh? Yeah, the Ruach HaKodesh. He said, like unto me. So what does that mean, like unto me? Means. See? It also means that he is not equal with the Father. The Ruach Kodesh is not equal with the Father. Because if he's like him, because I'm going to read what he said about himself in just a little bit here.
Sure, like Moses.
There you go. Tells him here, I will ask the Father. Now you know that I can't do nothing on my own. So he said, I'm going to ask the Father, and he will give you another comforting counselor like me, the Spirit of truth. Another place he tells you, the Ruach Kodesh, to be with you forever. So he did prove what he said there when he said, I can do nothing on my own. And even in that, a great thing. And I'm getting it from the Father. I'm asking him. God had given him that privilege that whatever he has. John 14:28 clears the whole thing up. You heard me tell you, I am leaving, and I will come back to you if you love me. Notice that he said, if you love me, you would have been glad that I'm going to the Father. Why? Because the Father is greater than I. That was our safety guard, dear folks. Because y'all already knew what Satan was going to do and get those things there. And so we have to be solid on that. Understand, there's our safety zone. No one is greater than the Father.
Amen.
And I don't care what you call him. You know, it don't make no difference. You're not greater than the Father. And that's why, therefore, the Trinity doctrine is nothing but a lie from the get-go. And it got so many people locked into it. See? Had me locked into it once, you know, hey, because that's all I was taught when I come up a little boy, you know. The Trinity and this and all that. Then turn right around and say that he's God, and then turn right around and say, Jesus died for my sins. Never dawned on me for a long time that if he's God, then how can he die? But he didn't finally. He finally woke up and did it. And I started backtracking. I said, oh, I started backtracking him now. Just like a pastor told me at the Mount Zion Baptist Church that Sunday was the Sabbath. I had to start backtracking. Then I found out that was a lie. Didn't match up with the word. You know, if these things are, you got to match up.
Amen.
And if it don't match up, you got to start backtracking back. And I got pretty good at backtracking back and saying, blah, blah, blah. No. This ain't matching up. See? And therefore, I have to start changing things, getting those things right. And we get that way, and sometimes, you know, and it's not, because I had to do some backtracking on the resurrection. Yep, I had to do. I always believed in the resurrection, so I wasn't a problem with that there. But I had to do some backtracking on the resurrection. You know what I told you how the backtracking I had to do on that, right? I thought the resurrection was only for the righteous.
Oh, yeah.
So I thought you had to be righteous to be resurrected.
A lot of people think that now.
Yeah. But I found out that ain't true. So what you better be worried about is which resurrection that you're going to be.
That's right.
That's what you better worry about.
Yeah.
See?
Coming whether you want it or not.
That's yours.
That's
Yeah.
what
Well, I don't believe in no resurrection. Well, okay, don't believe in it. Okay, then, hey, it don't matter. See? It don't matter at all. See? But you better know for a fact of which one. We go to John 6. (38) through 40. For I have come down from heaven to do not my own will. He's all the time constantly teaching us that I didn't come down here on my own. I didn't come down here to do my own will. And people still believe that he's God. See? But the will of the one who sent me. And this is the will of the one who sent me, that I should not lose, but should raise them up on the last day. What does that mean when they say gonna raise them up on the last day?
Second resurrection. I mean, the first resurrection.
There ain't gonna be no resurrection and stuff there. What he talking about here then? That last day. I know what he's talking about. There's a doctrine out of those things and they understood that. Lazarus, Elazar, his sister, she knew that when Mashiach come and asked her about it. She knew that there was coming a time when there was going to be a resurrection.
The first day when Yeshua will come back.
That's right.
That'll be the end of this age.
And therefore, he says here that not only that there, that let's see, that's and this is the will of the one who sent me, that I should not lose any of all those he has given me. So how in the world I'm gonna lose you if you die? I guess I done lost you. Death is not a loss for him. Death is just a loss for us for a time period.
If you come back as something else.
Oh well, yeah. You already messed that up.
Right.
He didn't say I'm gonna raise somebody else up, somebody different up. See? For I have come down from heaven to do not my own will, but the will of the one who sent me. And this is the will of the one who sent me, that I should not lose any of all those he has given me, but shall raise them. Raise them up on the last day. Where are you raising them up for? He's speaking that 2,000 years ago. There's been a lot of folks that, they come through and all things, but since that time there and then died and everything, you're just going to wait till the end here, and there's just a little few people that's here that no. No. We have a better hope than that. We have a better God than that. Therefore, what we need to be working at and what we need to be struggling for, see, is which resurrection we're going to be a part of. And which one is that?
First resurrection.
Blessed and holy is he that have part in the first resurrection.
The second one has no power.
That's right. Because the second death.
It's dead.
See? But you that ain't get resurrected and find out you're 1,000 years. Ew.
What if I don't believe that's gonna happen?
Huh?
What if I don't believe it happened? Get another theory.
It's gonna happen.
It don't matter. That's what I'm saying. It don't matter what you believe or not. Yeah, that's what I'm telling. That's what I had to get research on that because I thought that the resurrection was only for the righteous, but no. Found out that no. He said hell and grave was gonna give up its dead. Therefore, it don't matter. The only control we have is on which one are we gonna be raised in.
Amen.
So when people get to arguing for going too far in that, I just can't do it like y'all say, just leave them alone. If you want to cut yourself off for that there, do that there, that's you cutting yourself off and eliminating yourself from that.
Like they always say, I just wait till the end comes. You don't know what the end gonna be.
If you ain't preparing to be in that first one,
Exactly.
you're gonna be in trouble. No. I'm like everybody else. I don't want to die. I don't like the idea of dying. See? But it's good to know that death is not the end.
Amen.
Therefore, let us work at those things out. Okay. Sister LaShonda, we need you over here, not over there. We're going to have her, Sister LaShonda, to come forth with the banner intro. And our song is Congregation of the Righteous. If you ain't hearing enough times, see this available. If you miss out, we get replaced.
I hear it coming.
Okay.
Oh, we all the way. Roll me 2 times, 3 times. Back up and roll on me again.
You're right. All right, Shabbat Shalom. The ensign of his glory. He that hath an ear to hear what the Spirit is saying to the churches. Isaiah 62, 10 through 12. Pass through the gates. Prepare the way for the people. Build up the highway. Remove the stones. Raise a banner for the nations. The Lord has made proclamations to the ends of the earth. Say to the daughter Zion, see, your Savior comes. See, his reward is with him, and his recompense accompanies him. They will be called a holy people, the redeemed of the Lord. This banner, which Yah gave, representing Jerusalem and her king, the man whose name is the branch. Zechariah 6, 12, and 13. Isaiah 18:3. All ye inhabitants of the world and dwellers on the earth, see ye when he lifteth upon an ensign on the mountains, and when he bloweth a trumpet, hear ye.
Let this world be glad in his maker. Let the sons of Zion rejoice in the King. Let them praise his name with dancing. Let them sing praises to him with timbrel and the lyre. For the Lord takes pleasure in his people. And who bless the praise the Lord. Sing to the Lord the song. Crown the king of the right.
He takes pleasure in Israel. The righteous will praise God. He has given them those who love him, those who fear him. This is God's action plan for Israel. This is universal restoration action of Yah on the hearts of men. Be glad in our Maker Yah. We praise him. We give glory to our God for his miraculous plan of restoration. He blesses the humble. Praise Yah. Thy kingdom come. Let thy will be done. As it is in heaven. Yah will have an obedient Israel. Thy kingdom come. Let thy will be done. Hallelujah.
As we go forth and doing those things there, it is a comforting feeling, you know. And we feel sorry, and we extend our comfort to those that have lost, and want to special prayer and include in our brother too for his loss, and that y'all will comfort him as well, and doing those things there, and have opportunity. This is why we have to have opportunity to at least teach our people, you know, and to tell them to do those things there, and that's far as we could go, and those things there, and that we will have a chance to go forth. That's why I seek not to, with my relatives and people, to give them the truth as I can, you know, that don't feel so bad, you know, that they got a hope. See, they got a hope. I'm not in there, but it's never a good feeling if you have a loss in the family.
That's right.
But just to let you know that death is not the end.
That's right.
See, and therefore let us continue to go forward in those things there, and that we might also be confident. So I tell my brother, sorry for your loss, and that y'all will comfort you as well on that end. All righty. In our little update, Syria vows to liberate the Golden Heights. It says our project is our belong to us, and we're gonna get it one way or the other. They feeling pretty strong now. They got Israel on this. They got Russia on their side now. You got Iran helping them fight to kick out the ISIS and those things. The United States saying that they just put the last finishing touches to ISIS. ISIS is gone, according to Trump. They just put the finishing touch on them. I think that was Friday. So they're feeling good. Now he's gonna pull out his troops from Syria. And Syria saying that we're feeling good. Now we're gonna. And guess what? Here goes back to this complication that I was telling you about. This complex that the Mashiach talked about. Say, no, perplexity is gonna be up on the earth. United States now, so being big buddies with all these folks, with Russia and with all those things that, and guess what? Trump is now drawing up some papers where they're going to officially, Trump got in this official business now, did he? You see this was making him big.
Yeah.
So they're going to officially announce that the Golan Heights belongs to Israel.
How did that work? Was it the United States to give to Israel? Oh, well, if that's the case, yeah, I'm gonna drop some paperwork. Everybody in here getting a new mansion. Come on, brother. Come on. If you could just draw up paperwork and give stuff to folks.
Therefore, hey, he's riding this wave, because he needs something good for him going for him. And he said that all them Democrats is anti-Semitic, you're anti-Israel, and you just a terrible party now. See, that's what Obama did for y'all. He just ruined the Democratic Party. See, and so I feel sorry for y'all. He said, it's a sad day. So these are the things, but that's going to be a complication. How in the world you going to do this here? And how you going to do those things here? And if Syria decides they're going to do it, that Russia's not going to give up on Syria. So, and the United States is not drawing up papers saying that all that is signing ourselves over to the point that we got to be the one to support it, because don't know what they're doing. That's what the leaders in the world don't know what they're doing. The leaders don't know what they're doing. And that's what the Bible said. Let us know that that's the end days when these other things is happening now. I pull out all my troops out of Syria and everything. Whoa, wait. You can't do that. Well, I'm going to leave so many in there now. I ain't gonna pull them all away. But besides that, I didn't say when I was gonna do it. But she sure gave a lot of indication that it was gonna be soon. Mm-hmm. But all of a sudden now, it can be over the years. Don't know what the world is doing. And I ain't just talking about Trump, so I want people to understand that. I'm saying that the Bible says that this is a situation that's gonna happen among all the leaders, and they all having problems. France is having problems. Britain's having problems.
Poland's having problems.
Yeah, Germany. Oh, hey, it's all around. Why? Because God's kingdom coming is going to affect all these nations.
Hallelujah.
See? I didn't just come to kick one little blood. No. He going to hang.
Let them all out.
You know what Trump is doing, right? He set precedent.
Huh?
He set precedent.
Of course.
Because once he tried to sign over the Golan Heights, then the rest of the world can no longer say anything to Russia.
That's exactly right, and that's what I'm saying. And then that's going to create a competition. That's going to
so everybody going to start taking everybody's land.
And that's going to create a complication that they don't. It's going to strain relationships, because, like I said, when they do that there, now when they sign that, now Syria is going to be against the United States.
And Jordan probably going to have to end up being against the United States. Turkey's already spoke out against it.
Yeah, Turkey's already against it.
Turkey said they're not going to allow it to happen. So that's a U.S. ally that's getting ready to go against, two allies get ready to have problems.
Exactly. And no wonder the Bible says that when Mashiach comes, he gonna do what? What is that one thing he gonna do?
He's gonna rebuke strong nations for all.
And what he gonna rebuke them about?
About their weapons.
That's right. Because if they continue on that pathway, somebody gonna make a fatal mistake and say, "Hey, let it roll," and then we're gonna have that. You have fireplace going everywhere. But thank goodness that our God said that He got angels there in the four corners holding back these
Hallelujah.
principles
Hallelujah.
Till the time.
till the time. That's right. Till the time, so it won't be out of hand. When you let it do cut loose, He gonna have the control of it. And when He start cutting loose stuff, look at all the floods that we having, man. Woo, man! You think you doing all something, man? The floods of Missouri and all of them, man. That's bad business, man.
Strategic command.
Huh?
Strategic command is having problems.
Yeah. We supposed to be having all that. What is core engineering core of
Corps of Engineers.
Yeah, core of engineer. This gonna be the coming in and done all that stuff and reworked all that stuff there. So stuff won't kind of like that happen and everything here. Hey,
They did their job.
They did a job. They only
Just
have
can't handle it.
Y'all just was like, okay, let me move this jet stream just a little to the left.
that's what I'm saying.
when the court did go in, they assess those things and they have a certain level that they use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then they like for instance the Katrina situation that happened. Those levee was only able to sustain a fire came, so they didn't have any structure for a fire at the time that they built it.
So we build earthquake structures, that have 4 and 5.
Right.
But then all of a sudden now we be
Y'all
getting,
just pop the
yeah,
spring and make it
right.
little.
You're right. And now we're getting 6 and 7.
Y'all see all them grain bins that flood destroyed?
Yep.
Woo.
What was it?
Bring something called $10 over.
Yeah, especially up there in the places up there. That's where a lot of American grain and stuff come from. Missouri, Kansas, and all of that. Those are there, and man, a lot of them. Yeah. They weren't planning on no floods coming down through there. They got it for the winds and stuff. And the floods coming along and says, "Hey, you ain't built for me."
And it's funny because the actual military told the Trump administration they need to start paying attention to the global warming situation. This was one of the threat assessments that the military itself had told, but he still was like, no such thing as global warming.
Oh yeah, they even come up with stuff now saying that it ain't that ain't not just but a whole lot of stuff and everything. We having all these strange things that's happening with the climate change and with the man won't listen.
I don't care. I don't care if you say man did it or if it's just natural. Something happening.
Right.
I don't care who you want to put the blame on. Just acknowledge that something is happening.
Yeah. No.
Just look right here in Oklahoma. Look how much it's been raining.
What's on that wall? You ain't good about nothing else.
Check different, Stuff is happening that, like I said, down in the south, man, those tornadoes and stuff been tearing up stuff. But yeah, folks, we believe the word or not, we follow it or not, it sure don't look good that man is gonna work out this thing on their own. It just don't look good for us. Okay? Now, North Korea saying, I appreciate all you but if you come here and think I'm denuclearizing, don't even waste your time. And even have no more meetings and everything. Because ain't no ways around. I'm not giving up my nuclear. As a matter of fact, I'm building some big, more strong ones now and everything there. So, hey, I'm going to be even more dangerous. And a thing you can do about it. So, there he was thinking he's going to get ready for the Nobel Peace Prize. I know they going to give it to me. No, you don't deserve it.
You think he is?
You like Obama got one?
Yeah. Ooh, that got to be hurting too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's got to be.
Honestly, say you even deserve it. Is
See, that's got to be hurting.
No.
See? No, that's a man-made thing. They desire that. Who truly deserves it? That prize.
someone who works for peace?
Trump been left and he don't nominate himself. So,
He's gonna make his own. Nobody else going to.
You gonna make them give.
He gotta put it out there.
Even if he do it and everything there, what does that mean? And it's clear that if your action is one way and your holler can be something different, but your action is overseeing everything else. We can holler and say peace all we want to, but your action is military. I'm gonna have the biggest and the baddest army there is. I'm gonna have the biggest and baddest military there is. Why you want the biggest and baddest military? Military is for wartime.
I need oil.
Wrong concept, wrong precept of things. Yeah, folks. Peace and love. See? You don't need no military stuff where you got peace and love available.
Amen.
Just think about all the billions of dollars that they spend on the military.
Yep.
he was up there last week where they in Ohio, I guess, where they make those tanks. And he there talking to them folks about making the tanks, and they're right down the road there, the GM plant closed. Should have been down there, you know.
Yep, that's true. But the world is messed up too.
North Korea told South Korea that they're not going to have exchange, like they don't want to have the correspondent office in your town and the correspondent in my town. They said no, we don't want a correspondent like that. There's supposed to have been some kind of agreement that they had to do with those two. They said no, we don't want that. So they're not doing that.
Of course. That's what I'm saying. If I feel I got the upper hand, why should I take down?
Right.
Oh, come on in. We're gonna be like Egypt. No, you come on in and be under me. And then this will work out. Right now, he feel like he's got all of the.
I think he do have the ups on this.
He do. Ain't no just a kidding. He do have the ups. See? And he's gonna take advantage of it. And that's what's wrong with mankind and those things there. And that's what's wrong with the situation. We all, we got this, what they say, power corrupts.
Absolutely.
See? Absolutely. We can't handle that. Can't handle it. Therefore, we'd rather lose everything. What is it? I saw it on television. It said, I'd rather be a
Leader in hell.
right. I'd rather be a leader in hell than be a servant in heaven. Yeah. I was trying to think of exactly what he said. It wasn't quite like it, but that's what he was saying.
That's what he's meaning.
Yeah.
Wow. Who's gonna be leading in hell?
How do you know what the hell is
Yeah,
going
that's
on?
Ron
Only thing they
Reagan.
gonna lead is the screams.
Ron Reagan son said that.
Yeah. I think that's one right.
He said he ain't afraid of burning in hell. He ain't afraid of burning in hell.
And if he had to go through this here and do this stuff there, he let me be a king. I want to be a king of hell. Then a lot of folks gonna it'll be a change of mind if you say those things there, but until you face those things there, it's a whole lot of different things. See? Therefore, let us understand. I still say that these are the things here. A lot of folks going forth, and you got a lot of Hebrews alike, and a lot of black folks is looking, waiting for their reparations. And they say the government's gonna give them big reparation. See? United States.
Yeah, 20 acres in the music. Promising you.
I believe what I see.
You get some, nothing.
But here's the thing we know we like to take things and compare stuff and everything there, and we like to compare apples with oranges and think it's going to work out. Now they're taking that, they want to dip here with a prophecy here, a part of it, then they want to go over here dip another prophecy over here. So they think gonna get all this money and they're gonna stay in this country. Remember when they gave us reparation and everything, they was kicking you out of Egypt. Where we gonna go? We don't even know where we gonna go. We can't even get together on where we gonna go. Something gonna go down to South Africa, some going down to Ghana, and then some gonna go to Nigeria. Some said we're gonna go to the promised land over there.
Some of them are already over there.
Then some say they're going to Egypt, going back and start over. Yes.
Some of them moved already.
You talking about some complicated, screwed up people, boy.
And some of them moved already.
Huh?
Some people have moved already.
Is that right?
And some Israelites have moved already.
Yeah, I know someone went down to Egypt and Egypt said, what you coming down here for? We don't want you down here.
God is taking them like this. Come on. God said, come on.
Give you a one-way ticket to Africa, and when you get there, if you don't like it, you can't come back.
Amen.
Oh boy.
Hey, if I was needing help in those things there and all like that, and I got people want to come down there and to get a one-way trip down there or to bring all your money and everything, come on down there. Remember, you can't get it back. You ain't going. And you think it's going to, we're going to go down there. What we going to do? Go down there and rule Ghana?
No. You know,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, that's what we think we're going to do. I'm going down to Ghana.
Yeah, I think they want us because a lot of our people are so smart. They bring the technology. They bring this.
You're going to bring the technology. You're going to bring that reparation money down here. You're going to, yeah. Come on down.
Of course, that'll be a plus with Ghana.
So how you know you're going to like it enough when you get down there?
Because there's people that there that have their family there and they love it there. Not everybody do.
So why are they leaving?
Because they want to leave. They want to leave. There's some people that they actually say, come on over. And people just flocking over there now.
I like sunshine.
Oh, well, I guess they feel like they getting out of Egypt.
I don't know why they're doing it most of them.
Yeah,
they love it.
They call this United States modern day Egypt or modern day Babylon.
That's what it is.
So
Yeah.
so they feel like that, y'all calling them out.
But y'all had a Pacific promised land that he was going to send us to, not to choice of your your favoring.
Right.
Well, there's nothing wrong with moving over there if you want to, and you can always.
You go over there now. You gotta wait till they go over there now. That's what I'm saying.
Y'all can always call you back home to go to the plan where you put.
You go over there with one-way ticket.
Serving here, serving there too.
What's gonna make it so different if you move there?
Ain't gonna make it no different. I mean, it's just there for a person that's they liking it. If they want to move there and make a life for themselves and their family, nothing wrong with that. And then they can, and then if y'all calls them to go somewhere and to leave for that, as long as they're serving y'all in peace and love.
But
tell you
I didn't know things gonna be, you know,
Okay, this is one of the things y'all know.
today.
If they give you reparations, they keep you out.
Yeah.
You ain't got no choice.
That's why I say you give you one way.
Well, no, but that ain't true though. They gave the Japanese reparations. They didn't kick them out.
Right, they come back and forth.
Huh? They didn't kick them out.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Who said that? Who said that if they give you a first, you gotta leave? Who said that?
That's what I said, that
You don't have to.
they get to dip in these different prophecies and then get them all mixed all up.
Right, right.
That's what I say. They're the one mixed up. We're the one that's confused about all these getting these prophecies all mixed all up. Got 400 years, you got this in there, you got what happened now. We want to say that was that talking about that, but nah, this ain't talking about that and all that. But it's just like you said. Not only they say you gotta leave, they kicked us out.
Now you looking for a low shake.
Yeah.
Hey, I wouldn't mind.
Huh?
I wouldn't mind.
Please get this, folks. Here's the thing that I keep telling folks about that reparation and about that thing that when they mix the stuff there. Where did the people get their riches from? When they were in Egypt.
The Egyptians.
They got it from the Egyptians. They didn't get it from the government. We sit up there hollering about this and then we want to holler for the government to give us this. It didn't say that that's going to be the answer to the whatever. No, how you going to? I ain't going to get started on that.
You know, you only got about 1%.
I get started on this stuff that it kind of remind me right that it's a foolishness on some of this stuff.
You know, there's only 1% of America really that rich to be giving people money like that. Everybody ain't got that like that. You know, be giving you sending. And only 1% of the population in America is that rich.
What do you mean that rich?
They're gonna be giving like
We got 320 million people here. We represent 12%.
Yeah, but
All right then, so 12%.
there's only 1% of America that is billionaires. So they can give you money. So you can go.
You don't have to get a whole lot of money from everybody.
All right, if we 12%, how many of us got it? Let me say it. Go.
You got 12%. You got how many are there? 82%? No, it's more than that.
88%.
So
Yeah,
I say
that's 88% of the rest of the country.
I say 10 million of us.
If you got money from them and those things there, hey, you can leave out there with a whole lot of money.
If 10 million of us go, then if somebody they give us the money, say, hey, give me the money, give me 100, give me 100, give me $200,000. I'm gone.
That's what they talk about.
As long as they got a print press.
All I'm saying is the government does not match the prophecy in Egypt. That is not how it happened. And so that's what I'm saying. We got you can't mix and match these and compare these prophecies, compare these things here, and then think it's going to be the outcome. But like I said, hey, I fit the bill. So if it comes, hey, this is the year. This year is going on pretty fast. This is it. So it's supposed to happen this year.
Maybe.
That's what they say.
If it does.
They say 400 years.
I know the case is still, it's in the courts. I know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. If you go by the Gregorian calendar, one thing, you go by the Hebrew calendar, another.
That's what I'm talking about. Someone on the calendar is already passed. We already passed it.
Gregorian calendar passed it, but Hebrew calendar hasn't, right?
See? No, I don't know which is which, but there's some that said it don't pass it, and it depends on which one you're going for. So, it's, according to the Enoch one, we 3 years have passed the time.
Oh, Enoch.
Once again, I'm wrapping this up. Complications is everywhere. We perplexed about everything.
Everything.
I'm happy right here.
Like I said, we have people running down, got sold out everything and all that. And that was his words. Sold out everything down there, and went down to Egypt down there. We going back fulfilling the right. God said you got to start back in Egypt and go through the wilderness and then go back up to the promised land. You just say, what you coming down there for? We got enough trouble as this. We don't need you down here. You're not welcome down here. They're sold all. He said, man, but we like, I almost never get out of there, man.
What's said by a certain person that went to Israel and thought they were gonna be living like they're living here?
Yeah.
Thought they had dirt flows.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, they thought that, oh, yeah. I went over there in Israel and cried up many nights. And let me tell you something. You think that it ain't, but it ain't the same. We was just over there for a little bit. It ain't not the same.
You think you got nice cars to drive here to ride in?
Yeah, you go where you want to, jump in your car and go where you want it all the time. Huh?
Get on the bus.
Ain't got no
You see, we think when we think of Africa, some people with diapers on run around with spears. Man,
No.
They got modern cities, they got cars that way.
Don't forget, they got
They got running water, they got all that stuff we got.
And the point of it is, all that convenience costs. You can get the same old in Israel too, like today. You gonna pay the green.
$1 go a long way here than it goes there. Same here. Some of the people are making $100 a month. No, I'm talking about Africa. $100 a month take care of most families.
And they're used to that.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't used to that. You ain't used to that.
You better take a lot of money over there.
$10,000.
You used to waste. You used to wasting that on frivolous stuff.
I know somebody that went over there.
World of difference.
And they stayed for 4 years in one sheep, not fitted sheep, but just one plain sheep with $20.
Well, the point of it is what you're used to, and you ain't used to that.
Right.
You think you're gonna go over there and do all those stuff there, and you're gonna find out just like my man Benjamin carried all them folks over there, and they like to starve to death over there.
Now they live in real large.
Lights stay out your
Now they live in real large.
Huh?
Now they live in real large in you ought to see their greens and stuff. They got some beautiful greens. They got some beautiful houses now.
That's because they bring ground. You go over there, that's money. You go over there, you can live comfortably.
Yeah. So, you know.
But they went over there with a whole bunch of money.
When you go over there.
They went over there with a whole bunch of money.
Well, we know what happened.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I'm saying.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Well, I mean,
You know, the people that's living in Israel, you don't see people holler with cars. I mean, insurance is so high you couldn't afford it. Gasoline is $3 and something a quart.
Right.
You know.
A lot of people thought they do. And by what y'all told us, I wasn't getting on no bus and somebody pushing me and stuff.
I'm supposed to you're not used to that kind of stuff. But you won't be going nowhere.
you go to New York, you gonna have that.
Yeah, that's right. That's true. That's right. That's true.
We went there. We was getting back, wasn't touching the women, letting the women go on first. Daniel told us, you better push your way and get on there.
So around that bus, you don't driving off. You be in that courteous shit. Hey,
You start pushing too.
that's right, because they only stay at that spot for a certain time. Hey, you better get on now. Hey, I got on in there, Jack. Hey, and he wasn't watching all that thing about. Hey, they won't get on that bus. Hey,
So if you miss the bus, how long you have to wait?
you got a while to wait.
If you don't get no seats, you stand up and then you get slung everywhere. Flying, boy.
Yeah. So you talk about it, you see all this out there, but hey, you know, it ain't like what you think and what you see, you know, and it's a whole lot of experience. And, they tell you, you go, I can take those songs, go there and live like a king or a queen.
Yeah, right.
You don't take long for that stuff, the king and queen stuff to go run out.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, Yah has a whole plan, and that's the thing that's going to do it. Let's see.
No.
All right. Okay, good. We're moving on here. Thank you to bow your heads for tonight, Baraka. Bless you, Lord our God, King of the universe, for giving us your Torah, the writing and the prophet, and the Brit Hadishah by that great spirit, and have commanded us to diligently teach them unto our children, unto our people, and all people of the earth. And let all Israel say, Amen. Our Torah read for this week's Parashah is found in the book of Leveticus, Vayikra, the 6th chapter, starting at the 1st verse through the 8th chapter and the 36th verse. That is Leviticus 6, 1 through the 8th chapter and the 36th verse. Our Haftorah reading is taken from the book of Jeremiah, the 7th chapter, starting at the 21st verse through the 8th chapter and the 3rd verse. That is Jeremiah 7 and the 3rd verse. This week's Parashah is Parashah 25, Tzav, and it means command. And we're going to have our scripture reading going to be read by Shamash, which will be given from the Haftorah reading. Let us give him our undivided attention as he reads the word of God to us.
Shabbat Shalom. Scripture reading is taken from the book of Jeremiah, the 7th chapter, 20 through the 30th verse. Jeremiah 7, 20 through 30. That's page 560.
560.
Right. Therefore, here's what Adonai Elohim says. My anger and fury will be poured out on this place, on men, animals, trees in the field, and produce growing from the ground. And it will burn without being quenched. Thus says Adonai Zebaoth, the God of Israel. You may as well eat the meat of your burnt offerings, along with that of your sacrifices. For I didn't speak to your ancestors or give them orders concerning burnt offerings or sacrifices when I brought them out of the land of Egypt. Rather, what I did order them was this. Pay attention to what I say. Then I will be your God, and you will be my people. In everything, live according to the way that I ordered you, so that things will go well for you. But they neither listened nor paid attention, but lived according to their own plans, in the stubbornness of their evil hearts, thus going backward and not forward. You have done this from the day your ancestors came out of Egypt until today, even though I sent you all my servants, the prophets, sending them time after time. They would not listen or pay attention to me, but stiffened their necks. They did worse than their ancestors. So tell them all this, but they won't listen to you. Likewise, call to them, but they won't answer you. Therefore, say to them, this is the nation that has not listened to the voice of Adonai their God. They won't take correction. Faithfulness has perished. It has vanished from their mouth. Cut off your hair and throw it away. Take up liniment on the bare hills. For Adonai has rejected and abandoned the generation that roused his anger. For the people of Yehudah have done what is evil from my perspective, says Adonai. They have set up their detestable things in the house which bears my name to defile it. May y'all have a special blessing to read every word.
Hallelujah.
That's saying good about Israel. That's what I'm saying. Prophet was saying too good. Somewhere we have lost sight. Somewhere we refuse to lift up our eyes to the true desire what God wants.
Right.
But it's got to start off, see, with that what you can deal with. See? We as creatures is just different from other folks and for other creatures.
Right.
See? Take a horse, hear anything there, they'll spit a baby out and take very long.
Nope.
Not a day. That thing is, that deer not is up running.
You mean hours?
Yeah, that's what that.
Few hours because we watched.
Yeah.
We watched it.
That ain't happening with you.
Nope.
That ain't happening with us. God made us that way. Oh, I'm gonna try. No, he knew what he was doing.
Amen.
See?
Yeah.
So we have to deal in our status. We have to deal in those things. We crawl before we get out running. You don't strap your baby in racing blocks and everything there and say, all right, we're gonna run this race and everything. Crawling. Just the way it, that's it. And then you do about that.
Yep.
God knew what Israel needed, even though they thought they didn't. Let's go to Leveticus 6. And God said, hey, look, he already started out with this thing. In order for me to stay around you, in order for me to be a part with you, we can't get along in this situation like this. That's the first thing. We're going to make us get along with it anyway. What did God say? God said, if we don't get this thing changed, everything out, I'm going to be the death of all of y'all.
He still mean that.
See?
Yes, he still mean that. We don't change.
But he gave us an avenue of mercy. But they pleaded and they had enough sense. And like I said, they had enough sense to realize that, hey, we're going to be messed up without you. Mm-hmm. So now God says, this is what you're going to have to do for me to be around. God made that determination, not us. God set those criteria, not us.
That's right. That's right.
God told us exactly what you have to do and what you can't do for me to be in relationship with me. Somehow we get those things all screwed up and get them all messed all up.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, yeah, one guy come here and he said, all right, I like y'all and everything else, but y'all gonna have to take them hats off and all y'all. You can't worship God with your hat on and all that stuff there. But when I read Torah and everything in there, I don't see that. I see totally opposite of that. Let the high priest go in there worshiping God and didn't have his turban and stuff on. Didn't have nothing on his head. See what happened to it. So somewhere, some down the line, we done got this thing all screwed up and all mixed up as to what is what. God didn't change now? Nope. No, he hasn't changed.
All changed.
That they would because they don't understand it.
You wrestle it.
To their own destruction.
That's right.
Because they don't have enough knowledge to understand
They
it.
don't have the insight. They got it. I'm wrestling.
Some of them go to the point even cutting their hair off now, getting bald, you know. Hey, he said, well, you getting bald yet, but it ain't my choice. It ain't my choice. See? But that's a whole different story. So when God came down to notice all these things was for God to be able to dwell among us.
Amen. Amen.
He set the criteria, not us.
Amen.
Leveticus 6, start reading at the first verse there.
Adonai said to Moshe, give this order to Aaron and his son.
Give this order, a command. Now you've been in the army, y'all know what that is, right? If your guy above you say, so that's order. What that mean?
That means you better get it done or you're going to start kidding.
All right, then. That means you
ain't gonna get bust down.
I was looking at this one picture and everything there, and the guy was kind of arguing. Blah, 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 blah. He said, "Sorry, hey." He said, "That's an order." Guess what? That shit that arguing off, that shit that all that off there, that shit that all his ideas off and everything, and he went on.
He went on and did it.
But until he said that there, he was sitting there, and he said, "Hey." So God said, "Give this order, give this command." I didn't ask you how you feel about it. I didn't ask you how your idea was about it. I didn't ask you all this here. This is my command. You know God do those things.
Yes, he does. He'll do it.
Right?
Yeah.
You do, he do some of the things like that. And he have to give no explanation for it. I've had to do that sometimes with my children. They get to say that because they'll sit there and argue with you, don't know what they're talking about and all that stuff there, and they're gonna sit there and argue and I tell them, hey, look, you do it because I'm the daddy and you the child.
That's it.
And if you go past that there, you're gonna get some other judgments coming on you. You're at that point of judgment now.
You don't want that land of the hand.
Yeah. You're at the point of judgment is not. Talking is over with.
Execution next.
You do it because I say so.
Amen. Amen.
And that's what it is when God gives a command him. So let's see what he's saying.
This is the law for the burnt offering. It is what goes up on his firewood upon the altar all night long until morning. In this way, the fire of the altar will be kept burning. When the fire has consumed the burnt offering on the altar, the Kohen, having put on his linen garment and covered himself with the linen shorts, is to remove the ashes and put them beside the altar.
Now, why is it that you think that God had these special garments made for him? And you all the time talking about when you go there doing service and thing, you better make sure you got these garments on. Head covering was part of that, huh? It probably was.
Very flammable.
It's made out of cotton.
Yeah.
Yeah, made out of
Linen. It's made out of linen.
It's made out of linen. Linen is what kind of weed? Yeah, that's right. Very flammable.
We might not have a reason. We might not know the reason why and all those things. But he said, that's what you do.
Yep.
And he gave us a command. Not for us to argue about it, because you don't know. Eventually, we might come along and understand why he said this and why he said that. But he said it. And then he backed it up by saying, lest ye die. I hope we understand that. And you know the story. You're always going to have somebody that's going to push the envelope. You're always going to have somebody that ain't going to believe it. See? Yeah, and so y'all have to show them, see? You know. So he said that when you do those things there, this is what you do. Now, I want you to get this. Whenever anything is set forth and done, it's a hardship for everybody.
Right.
See, that's what we don't understand. Don't nobody get the Kohen Hagan, the Kohen now that's burning this. He got to work all night long. Yes.
I just looked it up. Benefits of wearing linen clothes in the summer, or linen is highly absorbent and a good conductor of heat. It's cool to the touch, and it will quickly remove perspiration from the skin.
All right, good.
So it absorbs moisture really good.
Okay.
If you've been doing there, like you said, working with heat, working all night, it absorbs.
Right. All that is for a plus for us.
That makes sense. Right.
So whether we know it or not, whatever God asks us to do and everything, whether we understand it or not, everything, He knows it for us.
Obedience is really hard.
See? But there were those that didn't understand all that, didn't understand why it's important, but it's a job.
Right.
Oh man, this guy's coming here with this a shot. Oh man, why you want to bring that? Don't you know you're gonna bring hard work on me? I gotta be up all night while this is burning and stuff. I can get some rest and sleep in there, So everybody gets involved in it. Because let me tell you something. You say, well where's the Kohen? Where's he got a problem at? What he's got to do? He's got to keep that fire burning all along. If that fire go out, he's in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Where did the fire come from?
See? Oh, yes.
Yes.
That fire come from Yah.
Oh, that makes sense.
No strange fire.
You don't remember Aaron's son?
Yeah, you remember the two sons? We're talking about them now. God, he's the one teaching Aaron now. And telling them.
Thank you.
Because you're going to be the one that's going to be responsible for this. You're the one that's going to have to do it. And this is a command. This is an order. This ain't something that you can negotiate with. This ain't something you can do with. All this special garments and stuff for them to wear, not look at, oh yeah, that's beautiful and everything. I don't want to put all that stuff on when I go in there.
Their uniform.
Huh?
It was their uniform.
Yeah. I don't want to put all that on and everything when I. As I said, now we got it now. The people that got the understanding right now, you can't wish your God with nothing on your head. As a matter of fact, they think there's something wrong with it now. That's not true. Somebody got the wrong understanding of the scriptures. It's not a shame under our head for us to have something covered when we pray or to do those things to God. It's a type of that you do. See, God is very special. So now they got anything. Paul was talking about a specific thing, and they got anything now.
Someone feels like the women wear.
Yes.
Feels women wear. They weren't supposed to wear.
He said that we ain't supposed to wear. See, Paul was talking about a whole different thing. That's why I say when we start comparing apples and oranges and not apples and apples, you get the thing all mixed all up.
Rightly divided.
It's impossible to rightly divide stuff when you comparing the different fruits.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Different situations.
Different situations,
Yes.
all together. And you just got to throw out that understanding that when you do those things. Yeah. First of all, I had to throw out and say, hey, is it wrong? How is it wrong? How is it this here for me to do this here? Then when I go back in the Torah and find that there, I find that dishonorable. That's the way to do it and all those things there. So I said, I gotta be looking at this the wrong way. I gotta be something that Paul said that they say the rest of Paul's hard sayings. I was talking about it.
Misunderstanding, Paul.
I said, not no dishonor.
Amen.
Matter of fact, that was an honor.
Yes.
That was to set them aside, and that was to make them special, because you was the bringer near. They take the very people that God had chosen to be the bringer nears and all, the one closest to him. And then say that whatever God had told him, that's bad to do. No, it's not. No, it's not. They had specific stuff that they had to do. See? The one thing was to never let that fire go out.
Amen. Amen.
That was a job.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, I threw it on there, man. Didn't have no timers and stuff, you know. So they had to stay up and watch and get attention and everything there. Some of them boys
Got tired.
y'all back old fogey and all that shit. Fire is fire.
Okay. Calm man.
It don't make no difference. Okay. But look, that's for another time. You know. God, see, when God exact things there, you know, I always wonder, well, why did God exact such a harsh thing to them and they really didn't know? They knew God was telling them ahead of time. Gave them a command.
Didn't believe it.
And tell them.
Didn't believe it.
When you bring up, see, it's easy for us to want to point to somebody else and not ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Because they ain't got in trouble about it. Everybody did what they're supposed to do right and everything there, and then he messed up. And therefore, we don't think we need a Mashiach. We don't think we
Have mercy. Trust your stuff about that covering. Ooh. Have mercy.
Did you read to the fourth verse?
I didn't read the fourth.
Okay.
The fourth verse of the 11th. Fourth. Okay, I got you.
Leveticus 6.
Yeah.
1 through 4 is what I want to read.
Okay. Then he is to remove those garments and put on others before carrying the ashes outside the camp to a clean place.
Now notice this. Your garments was important, and your garments had control and what you call them over what you did. After you done did those things there, what you saying, fireproof and all those things and all that, then when you get ready to do something with your ashes and all that stuff there, and who had to do that stuff? Who had to do the ashes stuff? You gonna call them the janitor service?
Priests.
The Levites.
Mm-hmm.
That was their job, the priests.
Right.
You had to change your garments and stuff and all that, and go in there and get that done. Don't leave this place here stinky and all out and all that stuff and smelling and all that kind of stuff and everything there.
Well, the Levites had a lot to do.
Yes. People think that it's just a simple thing, just no. Hey, you know. We come here, things are all laid out and everything. Somebody had to put some time in. Somebody had to put some work in.
Right.
Sometimes I leave and we gone here, and the next thing you know, the day is gone. Then I get a call. A couple of days we're gonna have to go do so and so. So what? They gone. But that goes with the territory.
Right.
Then I get called orders and stuff. Oh yeah, by the way, need this, need that. Them folks sitting home and in their home and everything. See, a whole different criteria. They want to compare. They sitting home at their house. They can hardly keep the lights on in the house and stuff there and all that stuff. And this is the way we're supposed to do God and all that. Now you don't understand. You don't have the understanding of those things. Can't have a congregation. You can't have a whole congregation and everything. The home, staying home by yourself.
No. That don't fit.
And that's important with God just as much as these other. What did he say there? So much as that. But I just stay home. What the guy told me, one of the guys told me, I'm a stay home Baptist.
Your choice, not yours.
The word say, forsake not the assembly of ourselves together.
Amen.
So what you gonna do about that command?
Amen.
So that's what I'm saying. All these things that all these commands that God gives works on all the sides. As I told you before, when God told me, when you come and everything, don't you bring just any kind of animal you want to bring. And by the way, just in case you do, the Kohanim, he's the inspector also. Right?
Right.
Yep.
Every time I bring it, you don't like what I bring and everything. I ought to have a choice to bring what I want to bring and all like that. They don't like it. They don't like me. Reminds you anybody? Our children. The teacher don't like me.
Yep. Me too.
And y'all ever heard that?
Yeah.
Teacher picking on me.
Yeah.
Get him out of that school, taking care of nothing, and that teacher don't like it.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, but the teacher not like him and got something against him, picked on him, and he kind of rolls with it. Matter of fact, I was there. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I remember I was going there, we was in a roll there, but Giselle there at the school there, and the guy came up there with his son there. He was talking all that thing. He said, "You were staying in this school here." He said, "Every school you don't went to, the teacher didn't like you and all that stuff there." And the same old story. He said that I don't know what you're doing there, but you better start doing something different there because I ain't getting you out of there. Ain't no more schools left.
No jokes.
Still got homeschool.
Yeah.
Finally, we said, it ain't the teacher, it's you.
And in the homeschool, you're going to find out that too.
Yeah.
And then the homeschool will cost a whole lot of work. And a lot of hardship on the parent too.
But he can't say he can't say the teacher don't like you.
Yeah, they be saying that too. Teacher don't like it. Yeah, but the teacher's your mama. That had something to do with the guy that killed his parents over there in Broken Arrow. They was home. Those boys was homeschooled. So they got some hatred and stuff for their parents from somewhere. Yeah, they were homeschooled. So God commanded them. Now, why does God have a right to command them to do those things? Because it was for our favor. God said if you straighten your act up and follow what I told you to do and everything, be the people I wanted, you would never have to go through this route.
Amen.
But you know we ain't gonna do that. You know you ain't gonna do that. Therefore, I had to come up with this other solution. You know, there are people, You know, and I was there because I was taught that. Well, God gave us a bad system at the first place and everything there, and all that, knowing that we couldn't do all that. That's why when Jesus came, he gave us a whole, we set free now. We ain't under that old body. How did you get under that first one? Yeah, how did you get under that bad system, that system that wasn't good enough? How did you get under that? It wasn't God's choice. Yes, there you go. Our actions. There's the reason why he had to set up this system. It was to tolerate us enough for him to stay around. That's why he done it. He said, if they want me to stay around and all those things and me tolerate them, let them build me a sanctuary. But now they got it. Oh, that's a bad old bondage. That what they say now. I remember being your daughter. He was talking about the Sabbath, all the stuff you got to do and all that, and you can't do and you can't do all this. Yeah. What's all y'all want to go back under that old bondage? Jesus that made me free. I'm free from all of that. I ain't got to do all that stuff.
I can watch Saturday night.
Yeah. I decided I want to do that there and do this and all that there. Hey, all I do is pray and hey, bring on all that ham. Yeah, folks, we get these things all mixed all up here. God was dealing with us. Hey, he gave us the best system for us to be able to tolerate with us. Remember, all of this was for our good, not his. He command, and this was a command. That means you ain't got no argument about it. You ain't got no say-so about it. You ain't got no argument upon it. He said a command. That means I don't care whether you understand it or not. Hmm? You do it because it's my command. Hmm? For a long time, people didn't understand why God said, don't eat the pork. But now, years later, first thing the doctor started asking you, you eat the pork, you eat. Why did they ask you that?
It ain't good for you. You know what's that?
That's right, they know it ain't good for us. God knew that a long time ago. That's why he told you, don't mess with it. Same thing with all of the things that God asks us to do and everything there. And so if I know he ain't changed that rule yet, it's still bad for us. Even though when we come to the knowledge and understanding about it, it still ain't good for you. Right. And if you get coming down in a certain way and then take it, you get off that pork. They'll tell you that.
Right.
There were all kinds of different things there that God has set rules for. We go to start at the 17th verse there. Go to the same chapter, Leveticus 6:17.
Okay. It is not to be baked with leaven. I have given it as their portion of my offering made by fire, like the sin offering and the guilt offering. It is especially holy. Every male descendant of Aaron may eat from it. It is his share of the offering for Adonai made by fire forever through all your generations. Whatever touches those offerings will become holy. Adonai said to Moshe, this is the offering for Adonai that Aaron and his sons are to offer on the day he is anointed. 2 quarts of fine flour, half of it in the morning and half in the evening.
Now, I want you to get this point here. We talked about this just a little bit. I want you, God is rehearsing this over there. God said, when you come with that grain offering, see, God was particular about everything. He said, bring fine flour. We talked about that last week, remember?
Yeah.
See, Satan can always get into everything if you don't follow specifically what God says.
Yep.
Huh. It's taking too long to come up with that fine flour. You know how we is. See? We live in the microwave age. We want it done now. We want it done quick. See? And so get that fine flour. You couldn't get that fine flour quick. It took a while. You had to do some grinding and stuff. That had to use some elbow. See? Didn't have no electric grinders and stuff back in them days there. Ooh, it's taking too long.
You ain't had a grinding wheel. You was sitting there with a mortar and pestle.
That's what I'm talking about. Right. And then the elbow. And then,
Well, I said you didn't have the grinding wheel.
yeah, right. And everybody can afford that. And then when they did do it all day, yeah, you pay for it. Yeah, you pay. You got to pay extra. But then still, that was God's command. Well, why I got to have? Why? No, I can see the question. Why I got to have fine? Why it's got to be fine?
Because it burns.
See?
I mean,
You got-
other stuff it'll just smoke.
You got to have fine because God said that's what you got to have.
Exactly.
See?
It's work. It's work.
And he said, use olive oil. Not fish oil. Not some other kind of oil. I get some corn oil. Ain't gonna know the difference between it. It ain't our choice. It's God's choice.
Amen.
Yep. That's right.
We don't have to say so. And that's what we got to learn. And that's what God was teaching us. I'm special. I'm particular. I have the right to dictate. Because after all, you the one who wanted me to stay with you. Because I already told you what I concluded and everything. These people is a hard-hearted, stiff-necked, stubborn people that want their way. And therefore, I'm about to wipe them all out. But if you can do this, if you do this here, with all that, you know what you read about there about mumbling and grumbling? That's what I'm talking about. We got to mumble and grumble about everything. Anything, wherever we got to mumble and grumble about it.
Right.
That is right.
That's why God is saying here, this is a command. I don't want to hear all that mumbling, all that grumbling. I don't want to hear all that stuff there. Hey, this is a command. The guilt offering was different. You could do different things for different ones. What is a guilt offering? See, you have to know what is a guilt offering or not. If you don't know what a guilt offering is, you come up there with the ring for, what you bring this offering up here for? I just bring an offering.
For what?
See, you ain't get to do whatever you want to do. God has specific things for certain things.
Amen. That's in order.
What you come up with this? What you come up with this female lamb? What you come up with? That's what I got.
Take it or leave it.
Yeah, right.
Take it or leave it.
God knows my heart, and that's whatever I decide to do, within my shepherd, and this is what I want to bring. No, ain't good enough. Well, so bought one and you took it. You know, we good at that.
Oh, yeah.
We good at comparing over with ourselves among ourselves. We good at that. Well, how'd you know what so and so did? I
Keeping tabs.
She bought a she lamb in. You didn't say nothing about that and all that stuff. I ask you once again, what you bringing this for? All offerings were not the same. All sacrifices were not the same. So you had to know a little bit too. You had to have some knowledge too.
Amen. Amen.
And the Kohen had to have knowledge of all of that.
Mm-hmm.
There was guilt offering, there was peace offering, there was elevation offerings, sin offering.
Peace offering. Fellowship offering.
You have to know all those things, and all of them have required a little bit different
Instructions.
The sin offering. Go to 20, the same verse there, same chapter there, and read the 24th to the 26th verse.
Adonai said to Moshe, tell Aaron and his sons, this is the law for the sin offering.
This is the law for the sin offering, not for every offering, not for any offering, not somebody does something. I just want to just get it. This is why God gave certain things and come up with the thing here, and we have like tithe offerings, we have other offerings. Now, there's a difference in these things.
Mm-hmm.
I just gave something, that. What's this for? Or just whatever you want to use it for. No. Our God is specific about things.
Mm-hmm.
See? Well, I just gave this here and all that. Hey, tithes is a certain amount. But what if I give more? Then you ain't gave a tithe. You gave something else. Same thing with this here. God was letting you got to know how to deal with me and understand these things. Because hey, I'm an intelligent God. I want you to be intelligent.
Amen.
Mm-hmm.
Amen.
We got these folks here that say, well, whatever I decide to want to give and everything. And that's all he's talking about.
It's your relationship building up. That's it.
Just like there were many different kind of offerings, there were many kind of different sacrifices, and there were many. And they all had different criteria. He kept us studying, he kept us understanding. So read that again, what it said about the sin offering.
Says, Adonai said to Moshe, tell Aaron and his sons, this is the law for the sin offering.
Law! What do I mean when it said law?
Regulations.
Yeah. And what happens when you break the law?
Sin.
Consequences.
You sin.
The law says that when you go down there and get it on the sign there, 40 miles an hour. What happens if you break that law and get caught?
Consequences.
Guilty.
That's right. And you go before the judge. See, we tried that, but I didn't see no sign. I didn't know. You get what they told us?
You gotta move the law.
Ignorance of the law is no excuse. What you doing out there driving this photo?
You don't know the rules.
Yeah. You just mess yourself up right there.
Mm-hmm.
How did you get your license? That's why I ain't no need to worry.
That's what I'm saying. Ain't no need to argue. It'd be just like the judge told me. He said, you arguing with the wrong person. He said, you should argue with that guy out there that gave you the ticket. He said, once he gave you the ticket, you done stepped into a whole new society.
That's the thing. You can't argue with the dude giving you the ticket.
Huh?
You can't argue with the dude giving you a ticket.
Yeah, that's right.
Mess around, be standing in front of the judge with handcuffs.
Well, what he was saying, he let me know that there's a difference in the
Positions.
yeah. He said, I'm here to exact judgment. I can't relieve you of your judgment. He said, the guy that wrote the ticket said that you was guilty this year. My job is to exact how much you're gonna pay to get back into society. I was trying to feed that sad story. And he said, "You should have that to that guy before he gave you that ticket." See, he had the right not to give you a ticket. He had the right to give you a ticket or not give you a ticket.
Yep.
You know, the police, they do have that right. I've had some of them, I was guilty.
Yep.
And they said, "Hey, because you talked to someone, I'm going to give you one this time." Ain't none of y'all never had that happen to y'all? He had a right because I was guilty to give me a ticket.
I love when they say, "Well, I'm gonna go ahead and give you this ticket, but there ain't gonna be no points on your license." Right.
Yeah, I'm trying to give you a ticket. That's what a ticket. That's what the guy sees it at. That's what the judge told me. He said the best thing to do is don't get a ticket.
You know, that messes you up in a lot of ways when you get a ticket. When you get insurance on your vehicle, you know.
How many tickets you got affects that.
Uh-huh.
How much money you gonna dig in that pocketbook?
Yeah.
That's your record. Some job that you get everything, you can't have no ticket on. You can't go to be no school bus driver with a whole bunch of tickets. Is that right?
They don't want you.
Get one, you better let them know.
And I think UPS bus delivery and all that, they the same way. You get a budget. Why that? You want to work here, you got to follow rules. So God is saying, this is the law. We have to understand these things. Whether you fully understand it or not, hey, that's irrelevant. Because God had, if you can't follow the simple instructions, how are you going to follow the others? And get the whole concept of what it means. See? Therefore, he says, understand that there's a difference in these laws. And if you can't understand those things there and think that you can just have it any way you want to, then you're not learning the lesson. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. Did Israel learn the lesson? See? Go to Exodus 23, 1 through 8, and we're going to find out what all this was all about and what God wanted for us to do those things there.
1 through 8.
Exodus 23, 1 through 8.
You are not to repeat false rumors. Do not join hands with the wicked by offering perjury testimony. Do not follow the crowd when it does what is wrong. And don't allow the popular view to sway you into offering testimony for any cause, if the effort will be to pervert justice.
There you go. Something that's got to have a solid rule. Something that's got to be the solid rule of things. See? Have y'all ever heard this old saying, well, everybody is doing it?
Yep.
Mom and dad tell you, no, you can't do so. Say, I don't want you running out with that girl. I don't want you running out. Well, everybody else is doing it. That's why I don't want you doing it. That's exactly right. I'm going to tell my child, that's why I don't want you doing it. Because everybody's doing it. And everybody getting in trouble. I don't want you getting that way. You run around here and do what everybody else is doing, you're not going to follow my rules and regulations. You're not going to follow the desire that I have for you. So I try to tell you, don't do those things. But they don't like that. Yeah, you just check on that. I can't do this. You won't let me do so. Why I won't let you do it? That's exactly right. I don't want you getting in that problem. God's saying the same thing to us. We got to learn how to get along. All these, if you read all those things that he read there, every one of them was supposed to get along with one another. Supposed to learn how to treat one another. You don't want to run around telling lies and stuff, saying all kinds. Let me tell you something. Not only that, but even if it's the truth, there are certain things about the truth you need to shut your mouth up and be running around. Yeah, but it's the truth. I ought to be able to tell it. No. No. Because a story continuing to be told does what? What the Bible said do? Separates best of friends. Some things you better get that thing settled and let it go in and let it go forth, and that's the end of it. So we can get along. But is that such a bad thing? Hey, you ever did something you were sorry about doing everything, and every time you turn around, it's been thrown up in your face? But you loved it, though. You liked it, didn't you? Someone lied to me and everything. You every time you turn around, you like somebody going over. Oh, so I never but a liar. And they lie. Well, some things is just better left alone, you know.
Yeah, you belong.
Not retold over and over again. That's what I mean by it. Now, if you stay a liar, then I ain't really telling something else.
You are what you are.
You are what you are, right? See, that's the difference between people. That's how we fulfill those things here. When you change everything, then that's not to become. And that's why I said something wrong with us when we go along here and we still bring us there 10 years ago. Either that person ain't changed or something wrong with our thinking.
Actually, when the person do that, they're showing what's in their heart.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But there's a reason. See? There's a reason why. But God said that that's not what he wanted us to do. That's why he gave us all these things. It's for us. And all the years, we still ain't learned nothing. That's what we ought to. That's what I'm saying. But we're working on it. See? We go to Matthew, the 5th chapter. And if you think us getting along with one another ain't important, now, I'm telling you this here because of the point of it is that had to do with what they call the guilt offering. A lot of folks didn't even know what the gift offering was about. I was saying. There were some things you're guilty of, that just ain't convenient for us to be able to get along and all those things. And so there was some that you did ignorantly.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Just sacrifice everything.
And then there was some that was intentionally.
Yeah.
So God was covering all that for us. Because that's what type of creatures we are. What did it say there in Matthew 5:23?
Okay, it says, so if you are offering your gift at the temple altar, and you remember there that your brother has something against you.
Now, I want you to get this. He said, if you bring in an offering and everything here, I want you to see how that the offering and what you did in the sacrifice had more to do than just a dry operational thing. It had to do with your inner man. People seem to think they were just outer man. No! It had to do with your inner man. It had to do with your mind thought. It had to do with what you're thinking. But I'll bypass this and I'm going to go right up there to God and I'm gonna go take this up there to God. God said, whoa, wait a minute. How's your mind?
That was the problem. That was the reason why he had to get rid of the sacrifices, because it wasn't affecting our inner man.
See? How's your mind? But it was already, it's always, that's the point I'm saying. People think that God didn't have that intent in the first place. But God had that intent even with that.
Exactly right. But man wasn't able to.
I got a surprise for us there, folks. About to talk about the able and the disabled. We got a surprise about that too. We got a surprise about the able or unable. The ability is the same. If we do what he asks us to do, the ability is the same. He said, if you bring your offering and everything, and you remember your mind. That's what it says, or what it says there.
Leave your gift where it is by the altar.
Oh, you ain't got to do that gift no more. You ain't got to worry about the gift no more. You ain't got to do that. I'm going to keep it going. Guess what? My mind ain't right. I'm going back on that old bondage like I had. Didn't say nothing about that. Eliminate the one, eliminate the other. But that's what they think. Because they said they done eliminated that. Jesus done took care of everything. Jesus did every answer to everything. We ain't got nothing to do now. He done did it all for us. God have never been that way. How you gonna touch the heart of folks and everything if they ain't got nothing to do? It's impossible. It's impossible. You got to have a sharing with. You got to have a part in it. I knew I went to school with kids, everything. He had a car there, man, and he broke the engine and everything in it. Every time I turn around, he called it dead. And the car broke down, and he got shit on the engine and shit on. Why? He had nothing to do it. He didn't tell them, hey, but hey, I have a whole lot to do with my car, and I was cautious about that. Man, let's go out and do something. I don't take my car. I ain't take my car, can't do that. Jump out the car and gun it and all that. I said, I ain't doing that because I see too many guys do it there. That fooling out there. See one guy do it in Toby's car, then he couldn't afford the paper, then he walking and bumming and everything. I said, no, I ain't doing that. I'm gonna use some gray matter up here. I ain't taking it out on this car, and then this car broke down, they're just gonna take it out on EV. There's some over there, they'll get mad and tap the house. Tap all stuff in the house. And they're going to break the windows, break glass, and tear up stuff.
They don't know how to control the anger.
Yes, something wrong, right? And then now, after they've done all that, now you got to pay for all this stuff.
I've known people like that.
Huh?
I've known people like that.
Oh, yeah.
Tear up all the dishes in the house.
Yeah.
I think it's the sound of glass breaking they like or something.
It ain't wise, dear folks. But you do those things. God said, no. You got to do better. No.
Get mad, go to sleep.
See? He tells you about how God tells you the voice about our anger and those things. He tells you to do about it. Because if it don't, you let him hang around there, he's gonna cost you. I said, nah. Yeah, you feel better now? I said, now how you feeling now? You gotta come out that pocket where you can pay all back. You know. Yeah. Man, I broke the table, I slammed the table down and like this one lady, she on Judge Judy, she done got mad and took the man's clothes and cut it all over the seals and stuff, man, and then put bleach on it and all that stuff there. And she said, and the judge would say, I hope you feel good about it, didn't you? She said, yeah, I feel good about it. She said, well, you're going to feel good about this. You're going to pay for all of that. She said, you feel good now? You won $3,200. She said, you got to pay for that. She didn't feel too good after that, too. She that's what judgment there, you know. That is, yeah. See, I just hope you enjoyed it because, you know.
I felt it at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the time. That's what she said. Another time coming.
And that's it. And that's it. And that's where a lot of things is, you know. So he says, what did he say? Finish reading that there.
It says, leave your gift where it is.
Leave your gift where it's at.
By the altar. And go make peace with your brother.
Go and make peace with your brother.
Then come back and offer your gift.
Yeah. Then come back with your peace offering. No, you can't come up here, I'm going to make peace with God and everything. Then sit down and hate your brother, looking all cross-eyed at him. And came and speak to him and came in. And God always, in all the things that he did, wanted to affect us in that. You don't think so? Go to Jeremiah. The 7th chapter of Jeremiah. And start reading the 23rd verse.
7th chapter.
Mm-hmm.
23. 7:23.
Okay. Thank you.
Says, rather, what I did order them was this. Yeah. Pay attention to what I say. Then I will be your God, and you will be my people.
Oh, did you get this?
Mm-hmm.
It was conditional.
He said, this is what I asked you to do.
Yep.
This is what I wanted to do all along. Before I even told you to make a sanctuary for me. This is what I wanted you to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know where people get the idea to think that God just gave us something and all that, and he didn't want. No, God said, I wanted this to affect your inner man. I wanted it to affect your mind. You was the one that wasn't ready for it, not my law. Not my setup. See? Read on.
Okay. In everything, live according to the way that I order you, so that things will go well for you.
That's the point I want you to get. He said, live according to the way that I have asked you please to do. That I, no.
Ordered you.
Ordered you. What did I tell you when it says order?
You don't have a choice.
You ain't got no choice. You ain't got no kickback.
This is the man.
There you go. That's what we didn't do. And we still ain't doing that. We still think that God is one that we can negotiate with and all those things. There are some things he gives command to, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
There are some things are order, and that's it. Any other things other than that is mumming and gumming, and God don't like that. Somehow, and I'm going to tell you something, they didn't get that way now. But it's on a different land. We got that way. We thought we just get all us to do. All we do is just bring up sacrifice, and that's it. That's all. Our minds and heart wasn't in it. Our inner man wasn't in it. We just followed through, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Something that we thought was. People nowadays, they go along now, and all they do now, I plead the blood of Jesus. I plead the blood of the Messiah. I plead it, and then I said, and it's gone like that. Everything is covered, all that. No, not so. Not so. God have always wanted to touch his mind, which is called, they call heart. God have always wanted to do that because he know that without that change in there, the outward, the inner man is not changed, the outward man ain't gonna change.
Amen.
See? But understand this. What man gets us in trouble?
The outer.
Say that again.
The outer.
That's right.
Because it comes from the inner.
See? We are judged by what the outer man does.
Yeah, because the inner man, help the outer man if it ain't converted.
The inner man supposed to control
What
that.
goes in?
Right. Right. So the inner man is messed up just like the outer man.
And choice, baby.
And it all has to do with who we listen to.
Yes. Spirit.
Your action shows who is that.
And your action, the outer man's action shows who you're listening to and who you pay attention to.
Right.
I had this one guy tell me, it don't matter what I do. It don't matter what the outer man do. Hey, it's what it's the inner man and how I feel and I. And what Paul says.
The outer man can't do nothing that the inner man don't tell him to do.
See? But he said you got to get control of that outer man because we're going to be judged by those actions.
First, you got to change that inner man.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
And that inner man has got to be able to control the outer man.
Right. Right.
We're saying the same thing.
See?
We're saying the same thing.
No, I'm saying that there's a difference in who you listen to.
We're saying the same thing. We're agreeing with that.
Let me put it this way here. The inner man says, you should steal that apple. That's what the inner man said. That's wrong. The outer man, your buddy say, hey, steal that apple, get that apple and everything. Now, which one you going to listen to? That inner man or you going to listen to that outer man?
What you do?
Which one did Eve listen to? She had the same situation.
And outer man.
Outer man.
You got
She had this choice to make. The inner man told her, hey, the inner man said, God said that. As a matter of fact, the devil even brought it up. Didn't they say that you ain't? And she said, oh, she really out. We ain't supposed to eat of that behind. That's what she should have listened to. That's the one that should have had the control of her. It was there. Where did it come from? But he told us something different. Another voice told us something different. And the outer man is responding to that. The other thing. It was that outer body that wants to grab that fruit, that whatever it was, and start chomping down on it.
After she made the decision, yes.
See?
After she made the decision inwardly, yes.
No.
Yes.
Same thing. Who you listen to? God said that you listen to the wrong voice.
Amen. Amen.
And that's what I'm saying.
Amen.
We listen to the wrong voice. Yes, there's a battle within us.
Right.
But what I'm saying is the action of the outer person is the one that determines. You can say, he said, these people draw near to me with their lips. But their mind ain't on me. Read on to the 28th verse.
But they neither listen nor pay attention,
See that? Neither listen nor pay attention.
but live according to their own plans.
Uh-oh, then where do their own plans come in? Where do their own plans come from? See? Everybody else is doing it. Or we conclude something totally different than what God has said. Read.
In the stubbornness of their evil heart.
Oh, whose heart?
Yes.
Where did they get that heart from?
Satan.
See, where did they get that heart from?
Satan.
How did they get
Satan.
that heart from, Satan?
Satan nature.
See, where did they get the heart from?
Their own
Listening to
their own ways.
listen to
Their own
Outer
ways.
man.
that the voice they got.
Young man, give me your heart. God is the one that gave us the heart, and he tells us what that heart is and what condition it is.
Desperately wicked.
Desperately wicked.
But it's got to be groomed, and it be groomed by who we listen to.
Right. Right. So we listen to it. And obey.
If we let it be groomed, see, I'll put it this way here. Love, where did love come from? Right. And love calls you to work, to operate in a certain way, right?
Right.
What control do we have? Do we have control over the action of the love, or we have control over what we love? The Bible says, love not the world. Because love is going to act the same way. If you love something, you just love it, you want to always be around it, you want to imitate it, you want to do it. That's the way, that's the end result of love. And the same way with God. So whatever you choose to love, where you point that love at, and you do those things, that's why he tells us, love not the world, not the things that's in it. Because that love will make you do it. Because that's what love do. See? Therefore, we have to lead and guide what we love. Therefore, we have to have criteria and everything to make that determination of what, we repent that. And so this is what God said, that we're bad. See? Because we are creatures that have to have the development of things. We're not instant. That goes back to what I was telling you about the creatures. We're not instant. You don't instantly be full of this all that's here. This time, your grows. That's why I say it calls us a babe. You're not grown. You're not, born. Even when you're born again, you are a babe. You ain't born full of. And that's why these people haven't left no further than Galilee, because they think that they're still the same. Paul said that we got to grow up. See? So you ain't what you're for the perfecting of the saints. He said. And so all these things that God gave us and all those things there was for us always to change our minds, see? And to affect our minds and to do those things there. But what we were to obey was the right thing, and we didn't do that. And that's what caused the problem. But what is God's decision about that? Go to Jeremiah 7 and start reading the first 3 verses. We're going to get the chapter.
This word came to Jeremiah from Adonai. Stand at the gate of the house of Adonai and proclaim this word. Listen to the word of Adonai, all you from Yehuda who entered the gates to worship Adonai. Here's what Adonai Zevil, the God of Israel, says. Improve your ways and actions, and I will let you stay in this place.
Improve your ways and actions. Who demonstrates out our ways and actions? The inner man or the outer man? The outer man. That's right. The inner man can say, hey, I got faith that I got this and that. And what did James say? Faith without what? Works. Who does the works? The outer man. Without the control of the outer man and the outer man done, without this hand going out there and reach to grab something that ain't on mine, how you gonna steal? See? How those things gonna work out, you know what I'm saying? We gotta get those things in the right perspective to understand how these things work and operate. That's why Satan is so important. It has been so successful with us because we don't understand all that, how it works. Oh, yeah. There are people out there know it's wrong. They'll know it's wrong to kill everything and they go out there and do it. Kill.
Yeah.
They know it. And they say, you know, that head knowledge, there's head knowledge or whatever those is, but there's something different there. Read on.
Fourth verse says, don't rely on that deceitful slogan, the temple of Adonai, the temple of Adonai.
Uh-oh. See, we'll coin anything, we'll coin all kind of stuff. And I want you to see this. This ain't just talking now in our modern time. This is way back in Jeremiah's time.
Mm-hmm.
This ain't some new thing that Satan is bringing up on us and bringing on us. They were saying that stuff way back there. What people still are saying today.
Mm-hmm.
Say that again, read that again.
It says, don't rely on that deceitful slogan, the temple of Adonai, the temple of Adonai. These are the temple of Adonai.
Read them.
No, but if you really improve your ways and actions, if you really administer justice between people, if you stop oppressing foreigners, orphans, and widows, if you stop shedding innocent blood in this place, and if you stop following other gods to your own harm, then I will let you stay in this place.
All right. There's a whole thing a little different. These people, these ministers that come along and these guys come along and say that God never intended for it to touch her. It wasn't God's intent that it did happen. But now all of a sudden, God had hoped, God wanted, and thought that Israel would be a whole lot different. See, I tell you what, I'm going to send my son. Remember the parable that he gave? Mm-hmm. Those landlords and those that, boy, they mistreated every property they got and all that. So he said, later, I'll send my son. That's the same thing about him being, Mashiach being our sacrifice. God said, okay, they ran over the animal sacrifice. They didn't catch the. Even God tried to affect the heart and mind of them by telling them to bring your pet. Put your hand on his head and feel it die and everything. So an animal that you love, that was to affect our mind. That was to affect our conscience. God has always, and everything there was to touch our conscience. Mm-hmm. But we were too hard-hearted, stiff-necked, and stubborn and want our way. So he said, I know what I do. I'll send my son. And surely they'll listen to him. But did Israel do that?
No.
Did Israel as a whole do that?
No.
Son come along and they said, we have only one king. Kill him. Crucify him.
And what he got is ours.
And his blood be upon us and our children.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Man, did they put us in a bad situation.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we wind up over here and all of that. It's the Haftorah things. Bad choices by them. Mm-hmm. And what they said, hey, look, as a son, instead of them taking it the other way around, they took it just that negative. Instead of them having, brothers say that that's a son, we need to give him. They said, no, that's your son. We get rid of him, and then we got it all to ourselves in. Totally different from what the intent was. Dear folks, we got to listen to what God says, not what our mind. That inner mind, those things come from the outward thing there, and it causes us to form the wrong opinion of things. And we get locked into that. By making bad comparison and those things there. God said, this is what I took on. We got so bad with the sacrifice that God said, here, don't even bring me no more, because you won't do right, is it? Bring me the old crap, the animals ready to die. And I told you specifically, don't do that. You conclude in your mind, what's the difference? It's going to die anyway. It's anything, because we don't want to follow through. We want to have our way. In closing for today, one more Matthew 5:5. Okay. I want you to see how this thing the same attitude gonna go even greater than just the land. Okay. When we learn how to get into meekness, and therefore let me understand, I want you to understand something. Meekness is not weakness.
Amen.
Nope. People seem to think that, that's once again, there's that different thought, just opposite. To be meek don't mean that you're weak. But somehow we got that line. Hey, tell me what, I ain't got no weakness. I ain't gonna get a picture of I ain't gonna. Now we got folks today now that, hey, you better be careful how you mess with these little young folks and all that stuff. Because they got them attitudes now. Yeah. You got to talk with them, but they come out there, they let you know, no, you can't talk to me. You can't disrespect. Hey, boom, 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 boom. And then they wonder why they're dying on the streets and dying and filling up the prison house and all that. People got the wrong attitude of things. They're taking the wrong side of the view of things. Right. I ain't letting nobody talk to me that way. They can't disrespect me. You ain't even been around here long enough to talk about have some respect in them. I'm talking about being disrespect.
You gotta give it to know what it's all about.
Yeah.
Did you see Judge Joe Brown, where a woman had a granddaughter, and she was talking about her grandmother so bad, he threw his scalp, his gravel down, and he said, "Young woman, can you hear how you talking to your grandmother? You ain't giving her no respect." She said, "She gotta give respect to Kitty." And boy, he laid it on her.
That's what I'm talking about. Our thinking, that heart is messed up. Mm-hmm. Messed up. We wouldn't let it be shaped by God's word. We let it be shaped by the enemy's word. And it's messed up. It's already a bad thing to be relying on anyway. And then when you don't follow through on God's word, you just really messed up. So what did it say, Matthew 5:5?
How blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the land.
How blessed is the meek? See? Be meek. That's what God is seeking to be after. You know that? Of a contrite mind and heart. See? That means that, hey, and contrite means that whether I like it or not, and whether I can see it for long, I'm going to do it because it's an order. I'm going to do it because it's a command. I might not fully understand it all, things, but I'm going to do it because it does. That's what God is looking for to do. Because that's how it's going to be shaped. In closing for today, animal or Mashiach sacrifice cannot help us if our minds is set to do evil. Right. Can I repeat that again? You understand what I'm saying?
In other words, you're saying,
see? None of the things that the Mashiach is not some automatic salvation.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Automatic fixer. Automatic fixer.
It has to do with us. It's a twofold thing. That's what I try to tell you here. When you brought a sacrifice, you had to know what that sacrifice was all about. You had to know all those things there. You people just pleading blood, don't even know what it's all about.
Mhm.
No, that don't work like that. That's just like bringing a sacrifice there and you know what the reason was for.
Where you bring it?
Yeah. Why you bringing it? I don't know. I just bring all everybody else is bringing I'm pleading blood too. And if you do that there, it ain't gonna do you no good because you don't know what to correct. You don't know what. That's why the scripture says, if we sin, we got to do something. You got to acknowledge it and confess it. That confessing means that you know what it's all about now, and you want to do different from that.
And forsake.
Okay, that's part of the forsaking. It said, then he will abundantly pardon. And that was stated after we got the Messiah. And after that, so that's what I'm talking about here. Now, animal or Mashiach sacrifice cannot help us if our minds is set not to do right. See? What we need to do is obey God's word. Obey his command. See? If he say don't eat it because it's unclean, that's why I told a lot of folks. If he say don't eat it because it's unclean, I ain't got to go through a whole lot of explanation. I try to explain to you why it's unclean.
Yeah. Oh, God said it.
I ain't got to try to explain all that. If it is, then he just adds to it, to know that God knows what he's talking about. But the point of it is, if your mind ain't set to the point that it's that way because God told us to do it, even all them other reasons ain't gonna do it any good. You know that, right?
Right.
My grandmother, son, Grandma don't eat no more pork no more. I done told her for years, and been telling her for years and everything. Don't eat no pork because God said no eat. So she gonna Grandma don't eat it no more and everything. And old doctor told me to get off of there, but after we cutting all that, and son, go in there and get Grandma a piece of watermelon and everything there. I went in the icebox there, refrigerator in there, getting that. Moved it out the way to get the watermelon, and there set it back in there, a piece of salt bacon. I said, "Now she done told me." See, sauce on me.
So you just tell
It's just a little bit.
So I'm gonna help her out. So, I'm gonna be a good grandson, so I'm gonna help her out, like I'm saying, hey, I'm doing a good deal for that. She probably, I'm looking on the good side because she done told me that she don't do it no more. So I said, okay. I said, I'm gonna throw this out because she probably just made a mistake, it was she just overlooked it and everything here. See, I'm gonna be a good grandson. I took that out there and throw that away and everything. I'm doing a good man. That woman, hey, she know, she didn't forget all that good I was trying to eat for her. Wasn't that there? And she let me know. She said, I know it was you. You're the only one. I came back down there. Yeah, it was you. I said, bro, come on, you want to throw my bacon away, didn't you? I had to tell her the truth. She said, I know it was you. She said, well, because when I went there, I wasn't looking for it. And it was gone. Because all the other times been staying in there. I said, Grandma, you told me that. Yeah, So people say things, but they don't mean it all.
There you go. That's right. Hard work is.
There you go. Therefore, we got to get it better than that. So that's what I'm saying here. This is why when you bought a sin offering, when you bought all those things there, God made you have your part. There was a priest's part and there was your part. And if you didn't both do it, it didn't work.
Right.
and still the same today. Ain't changed. Only thing changed was that sacrifice. The sacrifice changed, but you still got to do your part.
High priest changed.
Okay?
High priest changed.
Well, yeah, the priest changed. Right.
Oh,
This closes our Parashah for today. We thank you for coming, and we trust that Yah will bless us. Next week we'll go forth, and God is still trying to shape this device that He gave us, this heart that He gave us. He knows why He gave it that way, because we are animals, we are creatures that have to be developed. We don't instantly become full grown like these people think. You be like, I'm born again, and they think they're full grown. But wrong concept. Wrong concept. Okay? But then God the one gave us that. Yeah, He gave it for a reason. If it's shaped right, it'll work right. But we don't let it be shaped. That's why I say you got to take that heart out, that stony heart, and give us a what? Heart. Heart of flesh. And He tell us how to get that done. And it certainly is listening to His word. And as our oath is, how should we sing the Lord's song in a strange land? If I forget the yoke of line, let my right hand forget her claim. If I don't remember thee, let my tongue cleave to the roof of my mouth. If I prefer not Jerusalem above my chief joy. Psalm 137, verses 5 and 6. All right, we're going to have Tomorrow finish up the service for us.